Around our shores, across the cold Atlantic and into Arctic seas, a solitary whale follows ancient paths. The minke whale. Modest, unarmed, trusting, perfectly adapted to a life of long journeys, cold seas, and quiet encounters. It does not recognize borders. It seeks no conflict. It simply endures. And yet, despite its gentleness, despite its trust, its fate rests entirely on human actions. This is a story of connection and betrayal, of a creature that has never harmed us, yet whose fate is wholly in our hands and increasingly at risk if we continue to turn away.
It's sad to see these marvellous animals that do so much for, not just for the ocean ecosystem, but for our planet's atmosphere. The fact that this industry is still allowed to continue in modern times is shocking, to say the least, and I'm at a loss to explain how it still happens.
Any second past instantaneous death is suffering for the whales. They feel, they think, they love, they fear. If you put yourself in the situation of a whale and you have a harpoon pierce your skin, enter your internal organs, and it doesn't kill you straight away, that's the same scenario that a whale faces every time that the boats are out hunting. The pain they suffer is immeasurable.
So the object of this investigation here in Norway was to get evidential footage of unethical and indeed illegal whaling practices by the Norwegian fleet, and to document that as an educational piece to educate the Norwegian and the wider public of all minke whale range states. You cannot underestimate the challenges to pull off an operation such as this. We're essentially running an operation in a very remote area in one of the most hostile seas in the world. You know, the next stop from here is Svalbard and then the North Pole. You've got rocks, skerries and reefs everywhere on this coastline. If the wind turns and you've got 500-600 foot high cliffs, you're going to get smashed to pieces essentially. 500 minke whales a year are being killed. Let's put that to a start. In the next 10 years, that's 5,000 minke whales that are going to be killed. It needs to stop, and it needs to stop now. And what we've captured on film will definitely bring that forward. So the weather looks good tomorrow. Everything's on our side. Wind direction's great. The Ambrita's working where we expect her to work. She's still there in the morning, which I have no reason to doubt. We should capture some unethical or unlawful whaling activity. Everything's evidential. We cannot interrupt their whaling operations, but I think we'll be in a great place tomorrow to capture some great footage that will hopefully bring forward a whaling ban in Norwegian waters. We've steamed over from Kongsfjord, where our forward operating base is, and the Ambrita is actively hunting a whale. 2 men in the crow's nest, one on the harpoon. I've seen the whale surface twice, and she's making rapid alterations to course. Boat 2's launched the drone. We're in a good place. Hopefully we'll capture the shot on camera.
Yeah, shots fired.
Yeah, roger that. I thought I heard a thump. Okay, just Rich needs to confirm if there's a whale on the harpoon, over.
Yeah, roger, there's a whale on there.
Roger, let's go over. If it's wounded, we don't want to miss anything. If it's dead, we'll go through the whole sequence. Right, John, heading in. The whale's on a harpoon. We're not sure if it's wounded or dead, but we're going over. We're going to film the whole sequence. Still alive. Still alive, John.
These individuals are curious individuals. They're very intelligent mammals. And when a boat is in the ocean, it's not something that they come across very often. So they come over to it and they have a little look. It's a little bit like being in the park and a golden retriever will run up to you and be like, hey, do you want to be my friend? Like, what are you all about? Do you want to play? And then all of a sudden, it's like taking a gun out of your pocket and pointing at the head of that dog and shooting it in the head.
Oh, this outdated belief in whaling is it's still there, and it should still continue, and it's part of the Norwegian heritage. It's you know, forgive me, but it's bullshit. It really is. It's an archaic industry. These whales do so much for us and our planet. They need protection.
They're swimming along, feeding, interacting with each other, giving birth, nursing their young. Many of the whales in Norway, minke whales, are female. Many of them are pregnant when they're harvested as well. So they're coming to term, they're about to give birth. So they're swimming slower. They're getting ready to have their calf. And then all of a sudden, yeah, shot with an explosive grenade harpoon.
They've eviscerated the whale. Wasn't sure if there's a fetus there or not. There's a lot of guts and all organs, internal organs went overboard. We're going to go back. It might be floating. Let's see. All right, we're pulling off target and leaving it to the drone. It's always bad to see a whale killed, and I can't help but look at their eye. I mean, that whale was wounded. It didn't take long to die, but it was a horrific death.
We have just arrived in Scotland, and we're going to be heading to the Isles of Mull and Skye to speak to the amazing conservationists about the work that they are doing up here to preserve these magnificent whales. So we decided to go to the Isle of Mull because we heard about a very special minke whale called Nobble, who has been returning to Mull for the past 24 years, every single year, and has become very special to the people there. He's had a children's book written about him, a song, a Facebook page where people will put their updates on when Nobble's there, and apparently there's a real buzz when he's around. So we went to talk to the Hebridean Whale and Dolphin Trust just to learn a little bit more about Nobble and about the whales that come and see them there. Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm
Thanks
Lauren.
for meeting with us, Amber.
Do you want to hop on?
I would love to hop on.
Yeah, just mind your step. So here, yeah, in Scotland, we've got, you know, literally thousands of people reporting sightings or getting involved or sponsoring Nobble and Casey. And yeah, that's just, it feels, yeah, quite strange that, you know, here there's such a focus and people love these animals versus what's happening in the waters like nearby, where they're being hunted and killed. Yes, just such a different I guess, approach that feels quite, honestly, alien, I think, to how people here feel about them. You know, like there's a real buzz when these animals are seen.
Oh, we're out. We're out at 7 o'clock. About 300 meters going right.
I honestly can't really maybe get my head around it.
Yeah, it's incredible to think that they're just being treated like, you know, the animals for slaughter and they just get killed and that's it. Whereas here they have names and personalities and everyone loves them and they can just cross this border and suddenly they're meat for slaughter that, to be honest, doesn't even get eaten.
Yeah, and yeah, it's heartbreaking, honestly. Yeah, to think that that's what's happening.
Dr. Lauren Hartley-Mills is just the most incredible person. You know, she's put 8 years into doing a self-funded PhD. She's sorted through thousands and thousands of pictures of whales and dolphins to ID them. You can see her passion shining through. She's always loved marine biology, and it's just so incredible to see people like her just at the forefront of this conservation effort. Can you tell us a little bit about their personalities?
Sure. So, yeah, some of these whales are really special. We have been seeing them in our waters for, you know, the best part of 30 years. So we have Snowy, for example, the sightings we've had of Snowy cover 27 years from when they're first seen to the most recent sighting. We think that's the longest known history of sightings for minke whales in Europe, and it might even be a global record. We just haven't quite been able to show that yet. Like, they're annual visitors coming back year after year nearly, and there's very few gaps in their sightings history. And so most of what we know about these animals is actually from local people, local whale watchers like the late Richard Fairburns and Andy Tate, who've been going out looking for these animals for, you know, the best part of 30 years. It's because really of these people that are going out like year after year to the same places and that are getting these photos that then help us understand more about the movements, identify important areas for these animals. Together, the data from local people through our whale track community, which is a network of thousands of observers across Scotland that are sending in sightings and photos, are really helping us to understand more about these animals. And ultimately, all that information provides the knowledge and evidence we need to develop effective protection strategies for them.
And is there something to be said that these whales aren't Norwegian? They don't belong in Norwegian waters. They migrate so much that they're global.
Minke whales are highly mobile animals. They make these huge migrations from cool feeding waters to the north, down to the south, nearer to the equator. They don't know boundaries. They are a North Atlantic population. Like, that's a huge area. Whilst here in Scotland, we've got a marine protected area designated for them that, yeah, is an area that we know is being used by Nobble and Casey and Snowy. It's not just about having lines on a map, it's making sure that any protection in these areas of critical habitat, that they're protected. But we also then have to take a bigger picture and say, well, what happens to them when they come out of that area? Because they're highly mobile, and protecting them in one place doesn't mean they're protected in others.
And what does it mean to you to stop whaling?
Like, I mean, yeah, it would be amazing if we weren't hunting these animals, that we could move more to, you know, appreciate the importance of them. Like, these are, yeah, individual animals. They have young, they have social structures. These are, I guess, like sentient animals. There's so many things like that we can relate to. It's just astonishing to me that we could still be hunting them, really.
It really is.
In this like day and age when, yeah, a focus on conservation in Scotland, but yeah, waters adjacent to us are still hunting these animals.
4 o'clock going left, so it's on the other side. So we'll try and make our way to the side. Oh yeah, heading through the waves, coming towards us, but not very good. That's the trouble when you're up against the elements and you don't know where they're going to pop up, and you've got to keep your balance as well.
Andy is just the best. You know, he's 79 years old, and in the summer season, he's out every single day for 7 months to get pictures of these minke whales, just to spot them for the pure passion that he has for these animals.
Oh, white-tailed eagle, flying across the hillside to the right at 8 o'clock.
Definitely not your typical 79-year-old. Just seeing the way he was on the boat, so enthusiastic, getting involved in everything. Even though he's a bit more stooped over and might not be able to do it like he could, he just really got involved and his passion shone through. And
so you do all this as volunteer now?
Aye. I got you. All ready for Jimmy.
thank you very much for the trip.
Oh,
it's been amazing. Thank you.
Lovely to meet you. The lung shape, and that's taking a breath in the end.
What does it make you feel thinking of Noble in that situation?
Oh, I'd be absolutely, well, beside myself if you know, you saw Noble on a big slab in Norway, you know. It's just, you know, I've watched them for over 20 years, you know, maybe more, even without knowing it was him, you know, before he was formally identified back in, I think, 24 years ago. No, I wouldn't like to think that.
So having been based in the western area of operation, in the Harpooned area, the worst case scenario for the team is inactivity. We had to come up with a plan. We decided to go fully into the salty sea dog fisherman legend and moved into a fishing lodge. And there we operated from the fishing lodge on a daily basis, shadowing targeted whaling vessels that were working in the fjord. And eventually we got lucky. So the knife strand is on a whale. We saw the harpoon manned and an extra man running up into the crow's nest. So we put the drone up. The knife strand's been zigzagging around. She's just waiting, trying to get on a good shot for the minke. And then the Harpooned's just passed us, and she's just eased up out of courtesy to the knife strand because it's obvious she's hunting a whale. So she's just laid there now, waiting for the knife strand to take the shot or pull off the whale. We're here, living the legend, fishing away, staying in contact with the knife strand.
So visually impaired. Any new binos?
Yeah, Harry, we'll move up and get a bit closer. It might help Rich recover the drone if we're closer to it as well. Over.
For a country that's, you know, uber smart, uber forward leaning, well thought of, do they really want to be like defending something like this in this day and age? The fact that more people come here to film whales and whale watching, and there's far more money in that for the country and far more sense in that for the country. So we aim to shut it down, and we hope the Norwegian people and the world opinion would support that.
I think this is actual conservation at the coalface. It really is. Harry and I, 11 years ago, founded the Endangered Species Protection Agency, and that's you know, to protect, conserve not only the species themselves, but the wildlife custodians that look after them. It's a difficult operation to film the Norwegian whalers, but it's got to be done. Just because it's difficult, it doesn't mean it should be left alone. There's so many holes in the science, it's just crazy. And it's kind of, they're regulating themselves. You know, the precautionary principle should apply.
There used to be onboard monitoring in Norway, and then they replaced that with something called a blue box, which is similar to a black box on a plane, which is a remote way of monitoring the whaling. And they got rid of that in 2022. So now there are no means of monitoring whaling in Norway, which is very risky, because if we uncover a discrepancy between what's reported and what actually takes place, then that throws the whole of the whaling industry into disrepute. So it's something that they really need to do, not only because it looks at the welfare of the whales, but also there's a huge reputational risk to the Norwegian government as well. The veterinarian who is monitoring and giving the thumbs up to the way in which the whales are killed, the issue that I have is that he designed whale grenade 99, which is the grenade tipped harpoon. And because he has the patent for that, he makes a profit on every harpoon that is fired. So there's a huge conflict of interest where you have the vet who is okaying the technique used to kill the whales. He's also making money off the method that is used to kill the whales that he's approving.
I think what we've captured today on camera, that's keeping the subject relevant, keeping it fresh, keeping it on the agenda, political agenda for sure. And it's just keeping it in the public space. It's education, that's what we do. There's some good organisations out there that are promoting the preservation of whales. We're at the tip of the spear. You know, we gather the evidence, and you know, this is one species that's being exploited to the full.
Essentially, I am just a whale fanatic, a hobbyist. So in my spare time, I will go out and look and see what we can see around Skye. So I was brought up here, seen whales, seen humpbacks, seen killer whale, all these species that I thought you'd have to travel the globe to see, they're on a doorstep.
Originally, we got into contact with Anthony based on his drone footage of these minke whales, which is absolutely fantastic. But after speaking to him on the phone, he's got such a passion that shines through and such an enthusiasm that we thought it would be such a waste not to talk to him in person.
Sometimes you're dropping everything, you know, a whale pops up here, you're like, about to have my dinner, put the dinner down, off you go, you know. It is knackering. You can be looking at the clock, speaking to my manager saying, she knows now, she calls them big fish, but it's like, I just say, like, Mo, can I take half day? And she's like, is it a whale, is it a big fish? I'm like, yeah. So she's like, all right, off you go. And that's it, drop tools, say bye to everyone, run home, grab the car, out you go, try and see what you can see. A lot of time it can be because there's might be a distressed animal and they're wanting observations on it to see that or assess it. Those ones can feel a bit more urgent, but a lot of the time it's just absolutely for the love of it. Yeah, go out and see these amazing creatures that we've got right there. Dolphins, yeah. Yeah, just below. Not very active, not jumping or leaping, but yeah, quite a few of them.
It was pretty amazing seeing Shauna and Anthony in action. They just work as such an amazing team. Shauna, you know, has got incredible eyes, spots anything from a mile away, and he's straight on it with the drone, and they just work so seamlessly, you know, like they've been doing it for years.
So it's heading to left to right. Coming up, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Coming straight towards us. Straight towards us.
Try not to get too excited.
To be able to finish work, walk for a couple of miles, and then start like watching whales, dolphins, other creatures, the absolute peace and tranquility that comes with that is magical for sure. And then essentially just thinking of the contrast of that from like Norway, Faroes and other places where these whales and cetaceans are hunted and killed in horrific ways. Even when you use the words like a harpoon with a grenade, you're like, bloody hell, you know, that is what they're using. And it just, I've spoken to people and they're not aware that's what's used, and when you tell them, it's shock. It is just a horrific contrast from the way that I view the world to the way they view it. Absolutely different. I couldn't imagine being part of where that is okay.
The ones that we are seeing could potentially end up in those areas, and it's so hard to understand. I cannot understand how this happens to these gorgeous creatures, and I get very emotional about it. I can barely talk about it. I mean, it's just barbaric in my opinion. I get so emotional about it. I get so upset about it, and I will never understand it, ever.
At a time where we have all the information that we need, when we know that it's impossible to humanely kill a whale at sea, the decision makers are still granting licenses to go out and kill hundreds of whales every single year. And I don't quite understand how that's still allowed to happen.
It's antiquated, it should not be happening. It's cruel, it's unethical, it's non-profitable. Whaling should be consigned to the past. And I am confident that what we've captured here on camera, we will share with like-minded partners. This will bring forward a ban, and whaling will stop in Norwegian waters in the near future. And that's thanks to all the effort of this team, the wider support and our funders.
Viewing them as a one-time bounty to take out of the ocean and sell their meat, it doesn't make any economic sense. Whereas if you've got whales returning annually in greater and greater numbers because you're not reducing their populations, it's an incredible opportunity for people to interact with them and create sustainable ecotourism businesses that are bringing in revenue to coastal communities and tax revenue to the government. It's a growing industry, and it's time for Norway to get on board with that.
The Norwegian government has considered the minke whale its own resource to exploit for too long. It's time this benign whale enjoyed the same protections as its larger cousins across all the seas it calls home.